Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Yes, indeed. What's happening? Peace and blessings to all. Welcome back. Welcome back. We've been on a roll, you know what I'm saying? We've been on a roll. We're back at it like we do. I know I gave y'all a break for like 2 days last week. I had to focus on some things, but then I jumped right back in. I've been going steady ever since as far as lives, and also I've been upping the quota on my posting because I'm just determined to make it, y'all. I refuse to take the lack of monetization as just the way it's gonna be. We ain't going out like that. We are not going out like that. We don't put too much life and energy and love into this thing called ONYXCON online, you know what I mean? And we just gonna keep on keeping on until it do right by us, because we deserve it. They owe it to us anyway, you know what I'm saying? I always say, they putting ads on your content whether you making $1 off it or not. So you owe me. And I'm not gonna stop till I get monetized. I gotta get it. I have to get it, but it really is all on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand this algorithm thing better, because like I was talking about on one of my lives, I don't know how many days ago that was, but there's a sister I came across, beautiful black lady from somewhere in the UK. She got a heavy accent, and she interviewed the guy who literally is in charge of the algorithm. Like, that's his position at YouTube. She interviewed this guy, and it's the most in touch with reality. Not, I think this is how it works, or people trying to pretend like they're the expert. No. This is anybody else talking, you just talking about this man and his team's work. But he the head of the team, so why would I want to hear it from anybody else? Personally, that's how I am about information and facts. I want the source. Everybody else just giving me a different way of hearing it. You know what I mean? Like, now, if you quoting the source and I like your voice, then yeah, I'll give you a chance to say it again. I might even get more from it because you say it a way even the source couldn't say it. But that don't mean that you're better than the source. Nothing is gonna ever be more efficient, more on point than the beginning. The beginning is the beginning. So yeah, I saw that interview and I was really impressed with that. I loved it. And so you know, I just, it gave me a different way of approaching this thing. And it's nothing new. Everything that I've been doing is what we should be doing. I just realized I need to take certain parts of it more serious than I had been, you know, in terms of the process of working towards monetization on YouTube. You really gotta do some of the stuff that you don't want to do. You know, like the fact that I have a multi-niche channel, right? That's not gonna change. We ain't gonna stop doing that. That's a brand at this point, you know. We have branded ourselves as pioneers of multi-niche content. I didn't invent the concept, but I think I put a name to it because nobody else is saying it. So when they do start saying it, y'all remember where it started, okay? Because like I say, other people are doing it, they just don't call it what it is. It's like, if you have more than one topic on your channel, you're doing multi-niche content. I don't care if it's 2. More than one is what? That's multi, okay? Let's go for it. So, pardon, I'm just looking at something out here as I was rolling by. But anyway, so we're just gonna keep on keeping on. 15 in the building. We need 15 thumbs up. What's good? If you're looking, you gotta pay it in thumbs up. How about that? To show me you heard me. And that's when they drop. That's when you know they ain't real. Now we're down to 7. We're gonna keep talking about you till we get them 7. Can we get to 7? Can we get to 7? 7 thumbs up, or you ain't real. Can't be real. Must be a bot. Bunch of bots. Because real people support real people, and I'm real as they get. So I know I'm gonna get that thumbs up when it's time from the right ones. It ain't gonna be these other ones. It's gonna be the real ones. Now we down to 6. See, they just drop. They drop until the real ones show up, and the real ones they're gonna be putting up love. They'll be shouting out. They'll be giving compliments and everything. Because why? Because they are subscribers. Because you can only talk if you're a subscriber. Yeah. So I've been going back to my gaming content too a little bit lately, and saw something the other night. This really warmed my heart. I wish I knew her name by heart. I did follow her channel. I subscribed. Another sister, man. Hey, the ladies are doing their thing out here, right? Shout out to all the ladies, period. but I'm seeing my black queens doing some things, all right? This young lady, she's, I hate to say, I ain't gonna say hate to say, I'll be happy for people's happiness, but I'm just saying, you see a cutie and you single, you just like, is she single? Is she single? So, I checked out her page and stuff, and I realized I had already subscribed before I didn't even make it about that. And I wasn't gonna trip, knowing, at my age of maturity, the chance of a woman this pretty having somebody in her life, I was like, I bet she either married or got a boyfriend or something, right? And sure as hell, her and I think husband, because it looked like they were married, they do content together on one channel, and they're both into all kind of, sci-fi fantasy stuff and everything. I can't say what he is. To me, from the pictures I saw, he looked like he might be European or he might be Latin or something. I don't know what he is, but she's definitely chocolate brown and gorgeous. She is so pretty, this cute little thing. She got to be no less than, I'd give her 25 at the least, but I think she's about 27, somewhere in there. But anyway, if you know the lady I'm talking about, she does a lot of reviews of video games and stuff, right? There's a couple of them out there, cuties, black ladies doing their thing. There's another one I've been following for a while. She's real funny. She's definitely from somewhere in a northern city, like I would guess like probably Philly or something. I'm just guessing. I really don't know. And different lady, but I saw her do a review years ago of Def Jam Rumble or whatever that game was back in the day, where all the rappers were like, it was like a Tekken style game, but it was like all the rappers were in it, the main rappers at the time, like early 2000s, somewhere in there. And I think it was Def Jam Vendetta is the name. If y'all know what I'm talking about. It was like a classic beat 'em up game or whatever. Honestly, I never played it, but I remember it when it came out. And so she did a review of that, and that was hilarious because she was talking so much stuff throughout the whole thing. But back to the other cutie now. This one, she was doing this total new, it was the first time she had ever played Cyberpunk 2077. Now, if y'all know how I feel about Cyberpunk, that's my favorite, all-time favorite open world game. Now, some people might say, oh man, you don't know about Last of Us, oh man, you don't know about this Spider-Man game or that Spider-Man game, but I ain't played all them, all right? And I know you might say blasphemy, but if you say that, I'm gonna ask you if you're a subscriber. See how quiet I got? Exactly. You can hear needles drop. Because when you start talking about the money, that's when they shut up. Is it anybody telling you you ain't seen this, you ain't go do that? Did you subscribe to my channel? How much content have you watched? Have you put in about 5 hours? Because if you do that for all 1,000 plus of y'all, oh, I'm gonna get a game library you ain't gonna believe. Going through a little patch, but it's gonna be all right. We got it right. Like I say, I mean, if anybody ever got something to say about, your awareness of something to participate and talk about it, hey, all you gotta do is say, did you put in on that? I mean, what you talking about? If it's so important that you want to tease and ridicule and about somebody not knowing about something that's super popular, like I only do that with people I really know well, and we make a joke of it. Like we turn it into a silly joke about people doing that. Like, you haven't seen such and such, like all that old exaggerated, obnoxious ridiculousness about it. I only do that with people I'm really cool with. But to a total stranger, man, please, I don't know you like that. You damn sure don't know me like that. So it's kind of goofy to me. It's real goofy. It shows maturity level. But grown folk, or folk who want to get grown and get old and be happy, they understand what I'm saying, and they'll do it. They the ones who done put the 2 thumbs up in here right now. You know what I'm saying? Got 2 thumbs up, showing love, appreciate you. Whoever put the thumbs up, that's how you know. That's the ones, and it's always a few. It's not the masses. It will never be the masses. The masses want to be asses because they really think that that's a win. And the sad part is, that goes along with the concept of money, power, respect, which is ass backwards. So when so many people have subscribed to that, and the world is so messed up and corrupt, and they can't figure out why, I go from happiness to sorrow in a day, and it's because you're living on that frequency constantly, versus every now and then you get a moment of, a reality check of challenge that you living with these other folk that are lost in that sauce. But when you're not on that frequency, when you start with respect first, then power, and because we gotta have it, then money is always last. Not because you ain't gotta go get it. Yeah, I'm out here right now. I gotta do stuff, right? And actually today I had to sacrifice some time because I had an appointment. I gotta go to this appointment and handle some business. So I can't even, you know, keep working and get to the money and all that stuff. But that's still putting respect first. I gotta respect myself enough to keep myself good so that every day I have the capability of getting out here and do whatever it takes to get to the money. Not just whatever, but what makes sense. Because that's respect first. See, y'all gonna get it one day. Shout out to the two that, oh, look at that. See, I'm talking to them. 3 thumbs up, thank you. They understand. Out of probably 20-something people done come up in this live, only 3 put a thumbs up. That says everything you need to know about what I'm talking about. That thumbs up represents respect. You came on my live, you checked me out, you heard something, you're staring at me, you're listening to me, you're taking up time in your day. It's worth something. Hey man, I was here, I see you. Respect. It ain't no different walking down the street, you meet eyes, instead of trying to act hard and man dog somebody, you say, hey, what's up? And they say, what's up? That's what this is. That's all it gotta be. Unless, you know, you want to share more because you are an actual subscriber. And you start commenting and you do that respectfully. Because if you don't do that respectfully, it don't matter that you subscribe. I subscribe so I ought to be able to be an ass. No, you can't subscribe to be a troll. No, hell no. It don't work like that either, you know what I'm saying? But that's the problem with people out here nowadays. Like I say, we just got to keep talking it until it becomes a thing. And once it gets known, everybody gonna understand. And I already done been through this before in other places. But you know, these things that some of you kids don't even know the word because y'all didn't grow up on those when the internet was young. But they used to have these things called forums. Some of y'all laughing like, I know what a forum is. Yeah, well, these real young ones do not know what the hell a forum is because they don't understand what a forum is with chat rooms and all that. Like there's still apps that have that, but not the way these were. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you know about the old school. Right? And the best of them had serious admins, the administrators, that if somebody got into a little argument about some topic or whatever, ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to calm down and everybody act respectful up in here. Remember the rules when you signed up, because they always had rules. And the folk who didn't want to abide by no rules, they want to be ratchet, they want to be, you know, they on that money, power, respect. I don't care about nothing. Okay, bye. Block, back then, the beginning of block. You heard about so-and-so? Who's so-and-so? Kicked him. Yeah, but, irrelevant. Don't even matter. Don't even mention the name no more. You're gone. Vapors. Dust. Finito. Straight up. All day, every day. That's how it goes, man. That's how the real world works. That's how the digital world works. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. So anyway. Back to the game content, what I was saying. So, found this young lady's channel. Very, very cool to watch her. She's, like I said, she's cute as hell, so the way she do it, she split the screen. Typical, you know, Twitch gamer style, where they'll have the camera on themselves, so you see all their reactions. So it's part reaction video and it's part playthrough. And she was playing Cyberpunk 2077 as a street kid, because, you know, you got the options of Nomad and Corpo, which I've done all 3, and there ain't no difference in the storyline other than how it starts. At the very beginning it's different, but after you get in the city on the first mission, after that, the only way that it even plays into the game, which I always thought was kind of lame, and they need to revamp that when they do Orion, which they're calling it the working name for Cyberpunk 2, Cyberpunk 2080, I'm hoping, because they gotta push the date up. I was thinking about that ever since I finished Phantom Liberty. Yeah, I was like, yo, they've got to push the date. Like, they don't have to, but I think it would be cool. I'm like, they left you at 80. So can we do that? Can we be in the year 2080 and see how that works and what makes that different and what's changed and what's not changed and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm very curious, very, very curious. about what they're doing. I mean, they already mentioned that another, well, Mike Pondsmith, the man himself, you know what I'm saying, the God body legend himself. Okay, I always tell people, Michael Pondsmith is to Cyberpunk 2077 as Lucas is to that led to the video game. So he had an interview, a couple of great interviews lately, where and should always be. I mean, that's his baby, so they can't run amok with it and do whatever they want to do. They got to respect the origin and the timeline he created and everything. So he said something in one interview where, and I'm loosely quoting, but he said, it's like Chicago gone bad or something he said. And I was like, okay. So the fact that he even mentioned Chicago, a lot of people started going crazy thinking maybe that's another place you'll be able to go in the game. Just like when you play GTA, and folks have all these maps where they take, well, you know, in the later one, in 5, I think you get, because I never played GTA, but I have watched playthroughs, so I know about all this stuff you can do. You can fly to different towns and all this stuff, and the map is so huge. So they're saying that the game map might expand to where you'll be able to do stuff like that in Orion. And I'm all for it. But everybody's talking around without saying. I was cool to hear that Chicago might be part of what it is or whatever it's gonna be and all that. I was like, yeah, that's cool. But wait a minute, hold up, Shawty. Y'all mentioned Atlanta in canon. In canon, it was the city of Atlanta is mentioned in the Street Kid story at the very beginning, and it's where I got my inspiration to do a fan film. It's like one big monologue. All right, all my actors understand what I'm saying, and I had real good fun with it. I called it Cyberpunk 2077 Unfinished Business. It's right here on the ONYXCON network. You can look it up, just like I said, it's Cyberpunk 2077 Unfinished Business. And you'll see a dude that looks like yours truly, but that's not me. That's my character. Okay, understand, when I'm in character, I'm in character. And the character's name is Mantis from Atlantis, and that's a shout out even in and of itself to a lyric from T-Mo Goody. Shout out T-Mo Goody from the Goody Mob. From the Goody Mob. Dungeon family for life. All the folks from Atlanta, man, real peoples. Some of them cats I went to high school with, for real. But T-Mo Goody got a new song. We just want to make sure I shout this out because, you know, we cover everything. I tell y'all, multi-niche content, and music is a big part. So he got a new track called nothing less than ATL. He did a homage track to the city, and it's a hit. To me, I'm gonna tell y'all, it's a sleeper hit. The reason I call it a sleeper hit is, you know, I looked at his what the hell did they GPS straight tripping. Y'all are not gonna make me mess up. How you gonna tell me to turn, then when I start going for the turn, it go back straight? Ooh, I hate when it do. Ooh. That's them glitches in a cyberpunk world. We live in real cyberpunk. These computers. Anyway, back to the topic. I was saying, so if you ain't seen the video is out for it and everything. And I actually want to say I put that on that playlist. I got a playlist for Dirty South hip hop right here. So you ain't got to go far if you do it. I mean, if you want to catch up on a lot of cool stuff, I got all the latest that is like under and overground kind of, like not the stuff that you gon' not no Lil Baby and all them. Yeah, they from Atlanta, sure. Not the Migos. Yeah, they from it. Well, not really. They from Gwinnett, but yeah, okay. Metro ATL. They from the Metro, you know, and all of that. But I'm talking about like some of these cats you may not have heard of, but you know the song. Because what's funny about stuff that come out that gets to be a hit, but they don't have all the promo on them yet. Like this young girl. Honestly, I haven't even put the name to memory, but I would know her face maybe because I saw her in about 2 different videos. There's this new thing that just came out for this Jermaine Dupri project. Shout out So Def. And it's about the history of Magic City, the famous strip club, all right? The legendary Magic City here in Atlanta. So they got that. I think it's out already. It just premiered or something. But there's a soundtrack to it, and one of the tracks is like Magic City Money. If you ain't heard that, Magic City Money. That's the chorus. So there's a lot of folks on there. There's old school folks on there that are legends, and then there's these new young folks that's coming up or whatever. So it's pretty hidden. Like, so that's what I mean about stuff that's like over and underground. Over in the sense, if you're from Atlanta, then yeah, it's overground. We know who, we know about these folks, or we heard that was coming out, or we knew this was happening. But then everybody else got to catch up. Cause like I see the little song there's a girl who's on there. Man, I wish I knew her name for y'all. Cause she got her little video. Man, you talking about this video made me laugh because it took me back to like 94, 93 for real. Like when I was graduating high school into college. She purposefully gave, I know what she did. Jermaine is a genius. Anybody he gonna, work with, he knows Atlanta. He from it, he know it, he understands so much about the cultures. So market-wise, he didn't have them dressed like all the girls. It's two girls in the videos. One main rapper and then her homegirl, and they both got verses. But all the dancers that are with them, dancing around them, their homegirls dancing and stuff, and they all dressed similar. They all got the same outfit on, more or less. And that's an old school Atlanta tradition. Like, that was instant cute back in the day in high school. Folk would get dressed in the same fit or same style of fit. People, women still do this, of course. People still do this. It's just like people taking the doggone pajama pictures at Christmas time. The whole family in the same pajamas matching and all that stuff, Anything to be cute and get cute points, right? Same type of thing. But they took it to the airbrush t-shirts. I said, oh my gosh, I ain't seen this in fact. I used to do this stuff. I used to do it with markers more than airbrush, but I have done airbrush too. I used to do t-shirts and stuff, man. I used to do jeans, all that stuff was hot back in the day. And it came and went. It went through phases. It would get hot for 5 years, it would go out, it would come back 10 or 5 years later, So I'm seeing this video, this gonna probably bring it back again. And they all had the airbrush tees and they danced and stuff. And and everybody was, they sexy, but it wasn't like overt. And I said, man, that is smart marketing, because they know the song got a certain sound. It sound old school. So folk our age, the mamas and the aunties ain't gonna be as offended to the video, because they gonna feel like, all right, they doing their little freaky dance, they talking their little ish, but they got some clothes on. Okay. Sale. Now they'll dance to it at the cookout. Smart marketing. But that's Jermaine. He understands the market. He like, yo, we ain't gonna do this just for the kids. They come and go, man. They'll be on one thing one week, then they get bored and they get in their phone and find out about somebody else, and they don't want to miss the trend, so now they over there. You gotta have some old school fans. You gotta have some older folk appreciate your stuff if you gonna really get seated. And they gotta not be annoyed when their kids put it on around you. They gotta be like, that's kind of hidden right there. Who is that? That's such and such, Uncle So-and-so. Really? All right, okay, all right. I need the clean version because I don't want to hear all that cussing every day. But damn, that thing hitting, that thing hitting. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. That's what we want. And that's gonna get you more sales. That's gonna get you more streams. Because I watch everything on YouTube. So I'll put you in rotation. Man, please. I know I put my little dimes and nickels in on a bunch of tracks, because I make these playlists that sometimes I just need to hear that, and I'm like, yeah, put that on again. So shout out Timo Goody, like I was going back to that to say, because he got this new track, Atlanta, and the chorus is hidden, the bass, the backbeat is hidden. I must say the only thing about it is it needs more layers. And this is just my ear as a musician, having, been in marching band, concert band, and just for life loving music the way I do, and understanding rhythm and layering of a beat and of an entire ensemble of sound. You gotta have a little more. And I think, I can't never speak for why. Maybe he on purpose didn't want it to have that sound per se, but it's the kind of track when you first hear it, all I could keep hearing was, I want to hear a bunch of people chanting the chorus instead of just, because it was pretty much just him, and I think there was an echo, the studio echo or whatever to make it sound like a couple of people saying it. But I'm like, no, this needs to be chanted like a room full of legends from Atlanta, because they know everybody, man. It's the Dungeon family. Like, get everybody in the Dungeon family for another video. Have them all saying it. Make it the remix. Everybody get their verse. Make it long as hell. We don't care how long it is. Make it long like, I forget what the name of that thing is, but Tech 9 out of Kansas City. I think they say it's the longest freestyle in hip-hop history. It's either that one or this other video I saw where they had all these rappers, young, mostly young, up and coming, a couple of legends up in there too. And the beat was hidden. And I admit a lot of the raps was kind of lame to me because everybody was just, you know, the young folk, they would just say the same thing. Everybody, they so hard, they so smoked out, they so drink, they so this, they, man, damn that, shush, you know, it was annoying. But I mean, honestly, it's always been like that for certain genres of rap. So it just, unfortunately, they ain't doing nothing but following suit. But the problem is, they're complete copycats, where folk back in the day, they would be, I admit, a lot of folk did the same material, and it was over repeated material, but the way it was said, the cleverness, the way somebody, you could still remember the way, you remember when so-and-so said, whatever it was, you like, yeah. He wasn't talking about shit, but he said that was a way of saying it. That's what made it hit. That's what made it hit. So I just want that to happen for that Atlanta track, that new joint, T-Mo Goody. Still shout out T-Mo, man. It's just refreshing. I mean, the video is awesome. He went all around Atlanta. He went back to Mays, 31st, to sign for Mays. I said, oh, I mean, you know, come on, man. That's my high school, so that was cool as hell to see that. And he's showing proper love, of course, naturally. So it ain't, he could have done that video blindfolded. Come on, he pure Atlanta, you know. But I just want to hear the track upgraded. That's all. It ain't bad. It just feels unfinished. Honestly, its flow is crazy. The flow is tight. Everything he's saying is flowing. It's hidden. Like I say, the backbeat is hidden. I just need more layers. I need more layers. Hell, I need a damn chorus. I need a marching band. Come on. It's like you saying. I always say, whenever you take the chance of naming something after the entire city, and that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight. So I feel like you got to put a lot on it. And there's nothing wrong with oversaturating it with multiple layers. Like, you should have a marching band, because HBCU marching band culture is a huge part of Atlanta sound. You know you got that. You got the 808 beat. They ain't even tripping about that. That bass is in there. Oh, that's it. You put that with the band. Like back in the day with the Outkast joint. You can't beat the world around like it goes. I'm trying to mess the lyrics up. Oh, it's like a marching band. I'm a fan in the stands. Yes, I am, and I'm hollering, hey, baby. Saying, hey, baby. That was my, what? And it had the synthesized sound plus a real marching band sound. It was all in there. And you talking about a hit, like, man, I'll never forget. I went to a Battle of the Bands that year when that came out. And I was so sick with it because everybody who hit the field, nobody had played it yet. I'm like, when they gonna play that? That is made for marching bands. When they gonna play it? And I remember at the very end, Bethune-Cookman. Woo! BC came out there hard. Bethune-Cookman hit that field, went through their whole routine, and at the very end, they played the bum, bum, oh man, oh my gosh, I was so happy. All my friends who came with me, they was like, they did it, Jay. I said, man, they did what? Oh! Perfect, damn it, perfect. Hit all the notes in life. That's what I'm talking about. Heart's going up. Y'all feel me? Yeah, man. So like, that's all I want out of that track. I want that to happen. I want something that gives it that feeling, because that's how big of a track that is, to call it, ATL like that. And it's, I'm telling you, it's a tailgate hit. It's made for that. I can hear it at every Falcons tailgate, Just all they need to do is just round it out a little bit, T-Mo. That's all I'm saying, man. And I don't care if somebody see this and know him. Send it to the homie. We from Atlanta. All he gonna do is laugh and say, I feel it. I know he gonna feel that, because that's honest. That ain't that ain't no real fan is gonna lie to you. We're gonna tell you the truth. And like I say, it's not weak. It just need more layers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because it's a hit. It is a hit. It just needs layers. So anyway, that's that. Back to the gaming. Like I said, you know we do multi-niche, so we done covered music pretty hard. I'll tell y'all more about that cyberpunk experience. Like, so I played today actually when I was waiting to get this gig real quick, do a little couple of orders before I had to go to this appointment I'm talking about. But man, I had some fun today. That game is just incredible because like, every time I get a little too used to it and think, man, I'm bored. I done everything in the game. Ain't nothing else to do. You know, you're to the point you done beat all the missions. Like I think I got maybe one Cyber Psycho mission left that I've done already. That I'm on a third replay, so I already done been beat Phantom Liberty. So ain't nothing to do until they bring out some more. They need to drop some more DLCs on us, man. And they don't need to charge us diehard fans because we struggled through all them damn glitches and still play this game. Like anybody who been playing, they keep a record of all our damn fails. When you know how the screen go blue and they ask, do you want to send a report? Yeah, send a damn report. So you know how long I've been playing this mess and loving it, regardless of all the stress that it put you through, right? So I'm like, for that alone, hit folk up, like, be like, send us that little love letter, be like, hey, we got this DLC coming out. For everybody else, it's $30-something, like how Phantom Liberty was, and I still went in the pocket for it because I had to play it. But like, don't do us like that, man. Because it still had glitches even after that. To this day, I can still find a glitch. We should be, for our loyalty, they should be like, we got y'all. Y'all the ones playing when ain't nobody playing. You know? So anyway, but I was playing again, and after the patch 2.3, they have all these couple of new things you can do. And my two favorite things to do, Night City, and that's the city in the game, because everything's crazy, gang infested, war zones. I mean, you turn a corner, it was all peaceful, and then you in the middle of a shootout. It's crazy. It's crazy like that. So I was riding in a Delamain, and because it has the same function of riding when you're driving the car or motorcycle or whatever vehicle yourself. So you can change the camera. You can be inside the car, seeing it from the dash and the windows, or you can be outside the car. You can turn the cameras. I mean, I love that because as a filmmaker, I just sit there and I practice drone type techniques, and I don't even have no drone yet, but I know the concept. I got friends who do, so I've seen how it works. And that's how I practice that drone technology in the game of how you go all around it and zoom in, and I'll go in front of the car. Man, I got some super, super cool camera work going on. I promise you my content is better than anybody else you've ever seen that does this, because everybody else, they drive in, all you see is the back of the car. They don't take no risk of spinning the camera around the car, because when you do that, you are taking a risk of crashing the car if you're driving it, right? But I was getting good enough to where I would still get car scraped up and hit walls and all that kind of stuff. Most of the time, I know how to get my speed just right, depending on the vehicle, and get shot and then zip back around to the comfort zone of keeping it in the road. But there's this new function, automated driving, y'all. And you press L3, you hold it down, and it flashes and it takes over, and it's auto drive. You just hands off and the damn thing drive itself. Oh my God. You even see your character, he'll put his arm up in the window and just be looking. So if you want to do a hit on some fools, you see the enemies and you like, oh, I told y'all to get off this block. I'm tired of y'all out here dealing and doing all y'all trifling mess. Bow, 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 busting pixels, baby, and you ain't got to worry about steering the car at the same time and all. And then as soon as you grab the controls normal, it immediately takes. It's just like driving in your own real car and cutting off the auto drive where it's keeping the speed for you. It'll immediately let you go back to taking that. It's on you what you want to do. So man, I love that feature because I get to really look and see the city. I saw some stuff today I didn't even know. I like to look up because the buildings are so tall and stuff. And they have all these incredible billboards with these crazy ads. And I saw a new ad today I've never even seen. And I've been down this street 5 zillion times. And I was like, I never even saw that. Like, cause you ain't got time to. You gotta pay attention to not running nobody over. Cause if you even tap a pedestrian in the game, the cops come after you. Then you gotta fight the cops. If you fight the cops too long, it goes in stars on levels of how many of them you done taken out. So if you go, like really go cyber psycho and you done massacred a whole fleet of corrupt ass night city cops, they send what's called Max Tac, which is like their version of the SWAT, and they are like lethal. They are just, man, I've never beat them. I have evaded them, and I was so proud of myself because normally you can't even get away from them. But this one time, I slipped and dipped, slided, shot back at them and still ran, and I got away. I hid and I got away. That was hilarious. That was epic. So I had another epic moment today because I had a couple of these in-game battles with the cops and stuff, and that was fun. But then I turned around and in one of the fights, because I was trying to get it done and be over with. I was trying to just get away, make the hazard go away and go back to normal. And something happened, and I think it was because I was riding with the auto drive on. Now, here's the other thing about Delamain and your own auto drive. You will sometimes crash. It will do glitch mess on purpose. You can tell they being funny, like, hey, it's still a computer. It makes mistakes. So it'll just run off the road into a mailbox or a light or something. But you got to be careful because when it does that, if you're not paying attention, like I literally was just letting it roll, right? And I even got up and walked around and did something and looking back at the TV every now and then laughing at wherever I'm at. Like, this is cool, right? And I heard all this commotion. I said, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? At some point, the damn car went off the road and ran into a freaking cop. I said, oh my gosh. Oh, it must have bumped him because I heard him cuss like, really? You want a piece of me? Because they start talking the same little lines they always say. You want a piece of me? And I was like, oh no. So I had to defend my character. And before I knew it, it was an all-out brawl. And it was so funny because I had like all these cops chasing my character. And we went off into this area where there's like it's like the sewage drainage. If you ever been to LA, you know what I'm talking about. They have these water drainage areas that look just like that. And they always have all the matter of fact, the biggest known Guinness Book World piece of graffiti is in one in LA. You got to see this thing from a helicopter to see the whole thing. You can't even stand in front of it and really visualize. It's that big. It's huge. And but anyway, I was in the area that was like that, and man, they were coming for it, brother. They were coming for me, y'all. And I finally dipped away because I got this new car by chance. It was so funny because Johnny appears and he's like, V, check it out. See if you can break in. Because it's just sitting there. It's literally like a free vehicle in the game out near the desert underneath these shedded, they're like shedded warehouse unit things. If you know what I'm talking about from the game, you know what I'm talking about. And I've been out there a bunch of times, but I never went in there. I mean, it might be 6 of these things. So if you just go under the right one, you'll notice the vehicle. And I said, I'll be damn. Okay. And it was right there when I needed it because I ain't had no getaway car. So you have to use a hack. You can't get in it just normally. You got to use a certain hack for breaking the security or whatever. And then once you in. And it's yours. Like after that, you know, it's when it becomes one of your cars in your fleet. I said, this is the bomb. So I sped off in this thing, and it's armored. It's armored and it's weaponized. So I'm gunning at these fools. They gunning back. It was hilarious. And I went off the dang edge of this, some kind of, I don't even know what to call it, some kind of concrete structure that hangs over the edge of a port area. And that damn thing got stuck. And I'm literally on the concrete. My car is like, the wheels are just, I can't go. So my character had to jump out and plunge into the water below. And if you know how to swim, I mean, anybody, you do swim automatically in the game. It's hilarious. I've always said they need to upgrade that part of it and make it more interesting too, because it could be a lot going on with the swimming. because I swim in real life and I love to fish. So many people have said, why don't they have any mutated animals? I know that the water is totally contaminated. You get down there, there's nothing but trash on the bottom, and a little bit of aquatic plants growing, but you know they got to be contaminated too. But what they've shown when stuff has happened, just to compare reality to fantasy, when Chernobyl, that crisis happened in Russia, I'll never forget seeing this documentary. This dude, this angler went and he fished, I want to say, wait a minute, was that my dude Wade? Was that Jeremy Wade? I think I've seen two. I've seen Jeremy Wade with River Monsters do it, and then another guy did it too. But there's the Wales catfish, one of the biggest catfish species in the world. They get huge, European breed, incredibly huge. And like really big enough to swallow a person for real. But they're not like, naturally just aggressive coming at you predator. But if a dead body down there, yeah, they're gonna eat you. They're gonna clean up the pool. You ain't gotta worry about that. So I'm saying, why couldn't you have, some giant crazy catfish or other mutated? Make up some weird stuff, man. It's sci-fi. It's fucking cyberpunk. Come on. Like some weirdo done found a way to, create a fleet of cyborg fish to protect his underwater base of criminal operations, because all kind of crazy stuff like that happens in Night City, underground stuff in the most unexpected places. And then you go inside it and it looks like crap on the outside, and it's fancy because this fool's a rich gangster, like the stuff that happens in Dogtown, which is why I love Dogtown so much, because it's so covert cool. Like the graffiti itself in the doldrum is beautiful, but the place is hell. But then when you go inside certain buildings, you're like, the decadence in this thing, because it's actually rich. It's just ran by a corrupt military, tyrant, So that's what makes it so fascinating, man. And I'm just like, yo, they ought to do that with the underwater. They have no life underwater right now in the game. Everybody's been saying it for years. Some of the PC folks who know how to hack everything and do all the mods and add all these mods. So they did a modification, and I saw one where you'll be underwater and you see these lights, and you're like, what are those lights? And they made a damn Leviathan, like a Kraken, like a straight up squid style monster that comes at you under the water with these glowing tentacles. It was the coolest ish I've ever seen. I said, now that's a damn concept. I want to see it in the game for real. Because I don't have a PC system. I'm always hearing from other gamers, oh man, you got a good PC? Man, yeah, okay, well, hey, I love gaming, but I ain't got that much money for gaming. The money I would put into, because they start talking about all the stuff you got to get to make it work, and you got to get this, and then you get a such and such, and you get PC is for people who are like seriously geeky, and I ain't no geek. I'm just not that kind of tech head. I don't care that much. I do enjoy gaming, but that's why I'm a console dude. I don't care about, okay, first I got to buy this super powerful PC. Then I got to be a hobbyist about it and add all this damn memory blocks. And I mean, I'm not a freaking engineer. I don't care about taking shit apart. I don't ever need a screwdriver when I grab my remote for my damn PlayStation. It's either going to play or it ain't going to damn play. That's it. You understand? It either play or it don't play. That's all I got time for. That don't fit into my lifestyle, man. I got other parts, multi-niche. I'd rather be fishing. I'd rather spend more time on some water fishing than, that's about as technical as I'm gonna get, is rigging my damn rod and reel and making sure that stuff, and even then, I ain't trying to have nothing that I gotta take apart all the time. And as far as I'm gonna go is a couple of simple take aparts, simple fixes. Anything that requires really taking it all the way apart with every little screw, but man, please, let me get another one. How much are they? Okay. I ain't going through all that. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So anyway, y'all, I've reached one of my destinations. I'm gonna go ahead and handle business, but I might check in with y'all a little later. Stay tuned, because I might play again tonight just for the fun of it, because I had a ball today with that, and it was so cool. So check out that content. It should have maybe loaded by now. Just look at my latest lives and you'll see it. It's I've done about 2 or 3 of them on Cyberpunk 2077 in the last couple of days. So check it out. Shout out to my 4 people that put the thumbs up too, by the way. Y'all the realest. Peace.